The Commonwealth Chess Championship is always a big draw for the chess players coming from the Commonwealth countries. This includes some of the big names of the game. Nigel Short, Abhijit Gupta, World Junior Champion. In 2008, Nigel Short, of course, a former World Championship candidate. And especially when the event is held in South Africa, it calls for a celebration amongst the chess fraternity in the world. This year, the Commonwealth Championship was clubbed with the South African Open Chess Championship, and while this was the first time ever that this championship was held in South Africa, it drew as many as 650 participants across the globe. Starting bells for the Commonwealth Chess Championship 2011, and the inaugural first move being played by the Honorable Sports Minister of South Africa. On the top board, which is taken over by highly regarded former World Championship candidate Nigel Short of England. Nigel's opponent in the opener is Tony. Tony playing with black pieces. Here's the opening move by Nigel. Plays e4. That's been his pet move for many years. Nigel Short, a former prodigy who rose to fame back in the 90s, in the last century, when he qualified through the PCA cycle to take part in a World Championship final match against Garry Kasparov that he subsequently lost. His 2008 World Junior Champion Abhijit Gupta, the second seed in the event, playing with black pieces. Abhijit goes for the civilian defense against Konrad Lau. Elo rating of 1626 for Lau, whereas Abhijit rated much higher at 2604 Elo rating points. Because of the shortage of opportunities in South Africa, or the entire Africa rather, the players are not very highly rated, but they are quite strong nevertheless. D. Harika, the top rated woman player in the event, playing with white pieces in this round against Sholofelo Legao. Sholofelo with black has gone for the King's Indian defense. And this one is a bird's defense game between David Smerden, who has come all the way from Australia to take part here, up against Daniel Tenzer. Tenzer going for the bird's defense. Very talented Sahaj Grover, already an international master with the Grandmaster norm at the age of 15 years, the Indian Sub-Junior champion, as well as last year's Commonwealth Sub-Junior gold medalist, playing with white pieces in this round. Sahaj against Clive Mathunzi. This is Pablo Lafuente, who is taking part here, as this is also an event which is incorporating the South African Open. This is Abhijit Kunte, former India champion, former Asian bronze medalist, remarkable player, playing with white pieces in this round against Matt Pawn. Defending champion amongst the Commonwealth countries is Rajaram Lakshman, who is black here. In this opening round game, Lakshman's opponent is Christopher Launch. Swati Ghate with white pieces, playing against Madiba Carpedium. Tanya Sachdev is also here. Tanya in this opener playing with white pieces against Franco Marais. Pratmesh Mokal playing with black in this round. And this is Isha Karawade. Isha Karawade also playing with black against Ching Jing Woi. Subaraman Meenakshi is facing Zeke Zohans Dumisani. Commonwealth Chess Championship this year was divided into two parts, the main group and the B group, totaling close to 700 players in the two combined events. India's best bet in the B section is Aryan Chopra, who is the top seeded player. Playing on the top board there, Aryan. A lot of enthusiastic kids taking part in both the categories. This has by far been an excellently organized event. There are 11 rounds in all. The Commonwealth champion gets 2 exceptional gifts.
So it was obviously very easy, but it was a King's Indian, and I just had the opening advantage, and then I got some tactics where he lost the pawn and then eventually the game.
So now 10 more rounds to go. What do you think?
I think 9 points is a very reasonable score for the championship. So I think there is a lot more chess to come.
Beginning of the second round. Nigel shot this time, playing with black pieces on the top board against Ronald Bezui Den Hout. And Ronald has played Nigel's pet move with white pieces, that's D4. Shot sticks to his first love, the French defense. Not an expert in this opening. Nigel shot. There is D Harika. Also playing with black pieces in this round. Her opponent is Gao Huang V Bill, rated 1776. Harika at 2520, by far a much higher rated player. David Smedden of Australia with white pieces is facing Xavier de Buck. It's just starting. 90 minutes to both the players at the start of the game, with a 30-second increment after every move is played till the 40th move. After 40th move, both players are assigned 30 minutes more to finish the game, again with an incremental time of 30 seconds after every move is made. Effectively long games. Abhijit Gupta here, 2008 World Junior Champion. He's also the silver medalist in the last Commonwealth Chess Championship, which was held at New Delhi, up against Johannesburg. Johannesburg Honeycomb is rated 1792, Abhijit at 2604. Gawain Jones from England. He lived in New Zealand for a while. Pablo Lofiante at 2555 from Argentina. The Argentinians and the players from across the globe were allowed to take part in this year's championship, as it also incorporated the South African Open Chess Championship. There is Abhijit Kunte. He's played top form in the opener and now in the second, playing with black pieces against Donovan Swanson. And he's facing the English opening Abhijit with black pieces. Rajaram Lakshman playing with white in this opener against Ryan Cox. It's a queen pawn game. Not a regular opening employed by black here. Mix and match theory of the tango. This is Sahaj Grover playing with black pieces up against Mafemani Mavukani, rated 1765. Because of the huge number of entries, the seededs are expected to romp home in the first few rounds. They are not going to be meeting each other. S. Meenakshi. Meenakshi is playing white pieces there up against Bernard Korkin Moore, and this is Prathamesh Mokal, who is playing with Benjamin Collin. Huge turnout as the huge hall is completely occupied by chess players sitting across the chessboard. Anand Dole, player from Indian origin but hails from South Africa. He has taken part in a few age group championships in the past. This is Isha Karwade with white pieces there. Aryan Chopra, the top rated player in the B section. B section is actually dominated by kids. This is Aparajita. Aparajita is a contender for the under 18 Commonwealth Chess Championship crown this year.
Abhijit, two straight wins. How you would describe these two games?
Well, both the games I was playing against South Africans were not so strong. So, like I managed to trick them in the opening and then managed to win the game pretty easily. Like it's in about 2 hours. So overall, I would say like till now I had pretty easy. Let's see from now how it goes.
So now you will be meeting stronger players. Or
Well, I don't know. The next 2 rounds, I think still I'll be playing against the local players, and after that, maybe if I manage to win both the games, I'll be playing against the stronger players.
Tanya, two straight wins. Can you tell us more about the games?
Both times I played lower rated players. They're from South Africa, and both of them were easy games. Today my opponent blundered right after the opening. It was a 4 knights defense, and even yesterday I got a good position in the middle game. So right now it's not been so tough, but I think the coming rounds are going to get, of course, tougher.
Well, it was a little bit easy games because my opponent made some mistakes in the opening, and then it was easy actually. Not
What about the first game?
well. It was actually a very. It was like my opponent kept thinking, and I don't think so. I mean, he made some mistakes in the opening, so for that,
So you mean both these games were easy games?
yes, it was
So tough games are now likely to come.
likely to come. Yeah.
Ryan, in the first round, you had a nice victory. Can you tell us more about the game?
Played against a women's candidate master, not very strong. I finished with 2 hours and 10 minutes, but okay. It was a girl, a very young one, about 11 or 12, and maybe she's developing her game. So, yeah, it wasn't a hard win, but it's first round. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, okay. Today's game was also easy. It was not so difficult. The player was 1700 and it was easy because he played something, like ready opening and tried to keep the position close. But then I got a break on the queen side and there was some tactics and he lost 2 pawns. And after that, it was an easy win.
What about the first game?
The first game was I was white piece and he played King's Indian, and then it was a slow game, but he had some strategic weaknesses which I used it and I got a pawn, and then in the end game we just lost.
You expect now tougher games ahead?
Yeah, I think from tomorrow it will be much tougher and it will be more interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was just the first 2 rounds. I won with under 1600 and 1700. A lot more to go. These two games were quite easy. Like first game I had a little bit tough fight, but I won comfortably, and I'm hoping to play well in the next rest of the rounds.
The beginning of the third round now. Idle shot Playing with white pieces for the second time in the tournament. His opponent is Jan Breitenbach. Shot has gone for the open Sicilian. He is an extremely versatile player who can play any opening on any given day. And this time he's facing the accelerated dragon. Gupta on the second board has also maintained a clean slate so far up against Cornelis Hoek. This one is a Sicilian Grand Prix attack game with Hoek playing white, Hoek at 2037 rating. Abhijit recently won a lot of glory when he won the last Dubai International Open Chess Tournament, one of the toughest open tournaments in the world. Won it handsomely, defeating compatriot Parimarjan Negi in the 9th and final round. And in fact, Negi finished second in the event. D. Harika. And this round playing with white against Justin Wilkin. Still huge rating gap between players. Wilkin more than 500 points below Harika's below rating. Alexander Kromhout here with white pieces against Niklas Huschenbeth. Niklas Huschenbeth from Germany, elo rating of 2502, and this is Gawain Jones, the third seeded player in the event, up against Sinki Boicanio. And Gawain has gone for his trademark Grand Prix attack as well. He's in fact written a book on this Grand Prix attack. Understands the nuances of this one opening extremely well. This is Sahaj Grover facing a Caravan defense this time in the third round with white pieces against Frederick Odendahl. Grover is a fast improving young boy. All of 15 years, already quite a versatile player. Abhijit Kunte, white pieces, and he is up against Ivana Furtado, twice under 10 world champion, under 8 world champion rather. Extremely well prepared player with white pieces, so he's up against Bernard Klein. This is Isha Karavade, who is playing with black pieces against Michael James. As Meenakshi meanwhile also has done pretty decently so far with black pieces here against Patrick James. And this is Tanya Sachdev. Tanya Sachdev playing with white against Fusi Pizzo. Also on a 100% score, Tanya. Under 18 contender Aparajita. Right pieces there. This is Jerry Daniel. And right. Now on the third round, almost finishing the opening parts. There are 11 rounds in all in this year's Commonwealth Championship. Incorporating also the South African Open Chess Tournament with a huge turnaround of close to 700 participants in both the groups combined. Chopra in black here. He too has had a fantastic start in both the games as a top seeded player in the B group. There is R.R. Lakshman also playing black against Tinashe Tafira. David Smerdon from Australia up against Zeni Tapera. A lot of Indians taking part in the event. In fact, quite a few of them are living in South Africa already. There were some special facilities for the blind players taking part in the event. This one is playing on a braille chessboard. Excellent playing conditions offered by the organizers.
Harika, a nice victory with white. How tough was the game?
I played with the 1978 player and it was quite easy because in the opening he tried to play some unusual variation and I just tried to exploit in in an uncommon way. So he didn't understand what strategical position he has to take and strategically I just outplayed him.
So altogether, how many moves you played? Moves you played?
I played around some 23 moves. Actually, it was supposed to finish in the 19th move. I had very good move. I just missed it, so it took a little bit more long.
So that way it was an easy game.
Yeah, it was very easy.
First round I was playing against a South African player, Rebecca, and she was 1600, but surprisingly she played pretty well. And okay, after initial hiccups, I made some sacrifices, and I won the game. And second round was also against a South African player. He was rated around 1762, which was again a weaker player for me. And I got an opening advantage, which I comfortably converted into a victory. And the third round right now, I played against Botswana's Tabo Gumpo, and he was 1944 again. And okay, started with white with the King's Indian attack in the Sicilian defense, and I got a huge advantage. And at a certain position, I sacrificed my rook, and after a couple of more sacrifices, I gained back my pieces. I was an extra piece up, and so he just resigned. There was nothing to do.
From fourth round onwards, I think you will be beating stronger players.
Yeah, maybe either fourth or fifth round, so I have to be prepared for that.
First of all, very excited to be playing in such a big, prestigious tournament. Been great to see the big field, and especially all the foreign grandmasters that have come out from various different countries. I've had some relatively easy games so far against quite lower rated opposition. I'm seeded 32nd, but I think tomorrow I'll be playing someone who's really, really strong, and that's why I entered this tournament. I've never played a grandmaster in a tournament game, so I'm really looking forward to the opportunity.
Abhijit, a nice victory with black. How difficult was the game?
Well, in the beginning, like I had good position. Like let's say after 15 moves, I had a very good position, and my opponent was not so strong. His rating was around 2-0 or something. But like at some point, like I became too casual, and like I played a move c4, and it was a pretty bad move. After that, he got really good counter chances, but But slowly, it was like I had to win the game all over again. Like I don't won the game like after move 20, but like I made a mistake and then I had to win it again. So in the end, it was a little bit difficult, but I would say I was never in danger of losing. So it was a clean game, but I would have expected it to finish a little bit earlier.
I was playing against someone from South Africa. He was lower rated, so it was a Petrosian. And okay, I think it got complicated in the middle game, but it was always slightly better for me. And okay, I managed to get a winning position after the middle game.
Well, it was Karagan defense, and my opponent made a slight mistake in the opening, and he went into a straight ending, which was slightly worse for him. And actually, it was not straightly winning for me, but okay, I kept pressing, and then he got into time trouble and made a mistake.
Well, the first game was probably my hardest so far. That went down into an end game where I had extra couple of pawns. Then this morning, my opponent tried a tactic that didn't really work out, and he lost his queen very quickly. So it wasn't so difficult this morning. Then this afternoon, I played my Grand Prix attack, which I know very well, which I've written a book on. And actually, I couldn't remember my theory after 10 moves, but I remembered the right ideas. And then he played an inaccuracy, and I finished with a nice mating attack, actually. I sacked a rook and then my queen for checkmate. So I was very pleased with this afternoon's game.
Nigel, 3 straight wins. Can you tell us about these games?
It's hard work, you know. I mean, it's very strange because I'm outrating my first round opponent by 1,000 points, but still, I'm having to work in every game. It's always difficult when you have juniors who are underrated and they're improving. So, and you know, this evening I started to miscalculate, but it's always a problem when you play 2 games a day. I think it really should be banned. No, I'm quite serious. I think they should not rate tournaments with 2 rounds a day, because it would just stop this practice. You don't play 2 games of cricket. I don't see why you should play 2 games of chess a day, and it's equally as bad. So anyway, you know, I'm pleased enough with my score. Unfortunately, tomorrow is going to be tough, very tough, because just because it's an exhausting schedule. And after tomorrow, hopefully things will settle down. You know, single rounds, and we'll see how it goes.
Being the top seed, do you think there is much pressure on you?
Well, I don't feel a lot of pressure because statistically the odds of me winning this event are not very high. There are so many hundreds of participants, and if you consider that even the lowest rated player has a theoretical chance of winning, okay, maybe 0.00 something, but then they start adding up. You know, when you start getting to the people with 2,400, 2,500, then all of them have a chance of victory. So the odds are very much against me winning, but I will try my best. I think it's a question of energy and form. I haven't hit my top form yet, but I hope I will find this. I feel that my head is not really right at the moment, but you know, maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after, I'll start to be seeing things more clearly.